Hey, my fellow angling enthusiasts and future fishing legends, welcome back to the channel, your go-to spot for unlocking the secrets of the waters. Today, we're diving deep into the forecast for Friday, the 6th of February, 2026, across our beloved United Kingdom. Now, for those of you who think winter fishing is all about frozen fingers and empty nets, let me tell you, this day has a few surprises up its sleeve. We're talking about a classic British winter day with a real mix of conditions that, if you play your cards right, could just lead to a memorable catch. So grab a cuppa, get comfy, because we're about to break down everything you need to know to make the most of this wintry day on the water. All right, friends, let's talk fish. In these colder months, certain species truly shine, especially in our coastal waters. First up, the king of winter, cod. Where to search? Cod love the cold, and they'll be moving closer to shore, particularly over rough ground, reefs, or sandy beaches where natural food sources are plentiful. Think about fishing after a good blow when the sea has stirred up the seabed. Look for deeper gullies and marks that offer a bit of shelter from the main current. What to catch on? For these robust feeders, big, smelly baits are your best friends. Think fresh squid, juicy lugworm, or peeler crab, if you can get your hands on it. A classic pulley rig with a sturdy hook, size 4/0 or larger, will handle their powerful takes, and the heavier leads needed to hold bottom in potential currents. Next, the dependable whiting. Where to search? Often found in similar areas to cod, whiting will also be patrolling sandy and mixed ground close to shore. Estuaries and harbour mouths can also hold good numbers. They tend to shoal, so once you find one, you will likely find more. What to catch on? These active feeders respond well to light flapper rigs with smaller hooks, say size 1 or 2. Baits like lugworm, ragworm, or strips of mackerel are highly effective. A little tip from my experience, fishing into the darkness often yields the best results for whiting, as they become more confident feeders. And let's not forget the flatfish, particularly flounder and dab. Where to search? These bottom dwellers will be hugging the seabed in sandy estuaries, sheltered bays, and calm sandy patches among rocks. Look for areas where the current isn't too strong, and where they can easily burrow into the sand. What to catch on? A simple 2-hook flapper rig with small sharp hooks is ideal. Baits like small strips of lugworm, mackerel, or even a tiny piece of peeler crab are irresistible. Keep your retrieve slow, just lifting and dropping to stir up the bottom and attract attention. Now for our freshwater heroes, it's a tough bite, but perch can still be on the menu. Where to search? During winter, perch will often congregate in deeper, slower-moving sections of rivers, canals, or larger still waters. Look for features like submerged trees, jetties, or sharp drop-offs where they can find cover and ambush prey. Sometimes they'll hold just off weed beds if the water isn't too cold. What to catch on? Light ledgering or float fishing with natural baits will be key. Small lobworms, redworms, or even tiny pieces of prawn can tempt a wary perch. For lure anglers, small jigs or soft plastics fished, ultra-slow and deep, can sometimes provoke a strike. Patience is absolutely crucial for freshwater predators in these conditions. Now let's break down the conditions for Friday, the 6th of February, 2026, because understanding them is half the battle, right? Weather. We're looking at a classic winter day across much of the UK with a specific forecast for areas like Dumfries and Galloway, showing rain and snow showers throughout the day and into the night. Temperatures are going to hover right around freezing, between 0 and 1 degree Celsius, or 32 and 33 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity will be high, around 95%, adding to that chill factor. We can expect a moderate to fresh wind, likely from the east or northeast, which will make it feel even colder. Atmospheric pressure should be fairly stable around 29.98 inches of mercury, which is pretty typical for this time of year. This cold, unsettled weather tends to push fish deeper and make them more lethargic, so slow and steady wins the race. Water temperature. Across UK rivers and coastal waters, the temperature will be decidedly chilly, averaging around 8 to 10 degrees Celsius or 46 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. This low temperature significantly slows down the metabolism of most fish species. They become less active, their digestion is slower, and they expend less energy. This means they won't be chasing baits aggressively. Instead, they'll be looking for an easy, high-value meal close to their holding areas. Moon phase. On the 6th of February 2026, we'll be under a waning gibbous moon with about 80% illumination. Some old-school anglers swear by moon phases, and a waning gibbous, heading towards the last quarter, is often considered a decent time for fishing, especially for nocturnal feeders or in deeper water. However, my friends, the cold weather and water temperatures will have a much more significant impact on the fish's immediate activity than the lunar cycle on this particular day. Don't let the moon make you overconfident. General fish activity. Overall, biological activity will be subdued. Freshwater species like carp will be quite dormant, conserving energy in the cold. However, sea fish, especially those adapted to colder waters, will still be on the hunt for food. Cod, whiting, and flatfish are the primary targets as they're built for these conditions. They won't be in a feeding frenzy, but they will feed opportunistically. You'll need to work for your bites, but they are definitely there to be caught. Considering all these factors, the near-freezing temperatures, the rain and snow, the cold water, and the generally lethargic fish behavior, I'd give the overall bite forecast for Friday, the 6th of February, 2026, a capricious rating. It won't be easy, but it definitely won't be absent. It's a day for the patient and well-prepared angler. The combination of cold temperatures and precipitation will likely keep many fish hunkered down, but those cold water species, especially in the sea, will still be looking for a meal. The key is persistence, proper bait presentation, and knowing your spot. So there you have it, my friends, a comprehensive breakdown for fishing in the UK on Friday, the 6th of February, 2026. It's going to be a challenging day, but challenges often lead to the most rewarding catches and the best stories. Remember to dress warm, stay safe, and be patient. And from one angler to another, I wish you all tight lines and nippy scales. If you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button, share it with your fishing buddies, and definitely subscribe so you don't miss out on future insights. What are your go-to winter fishing tactics? Have you had any amazing winter catches recently? Drop a comment below and share your experiences. I love hearing from you all. Until next time, keep those lines wet and those spirits high.